Champions Cup, folks. Northampton and Bayonne 61-14. For a while, it looked like Northampton were going to go a point a minute, and they were, until Bayonne picked it up a little bit in the second half. But the game was well and truly done and dusted by then. We'll go through some of the key events and stats, and you guys can let us know your thoughts. But, wow, Northampton just opened up on them in that first half. First minute of the game, Freeman ended up getting a try. I mean, they went 8 phases, short side, Hutchinson on the left wing. Dink through for Freeman, 7-0. It's thing of beauty stuff, but there were multiple times in this game when it was thing of beauty stuff. Langdon was denied one from a metre out when the TMO picked up a knock on in the build-up, but they got one a couple of minutes later. Anyway, I mean, the speed of the game was just too much for the Bayonne boys. They weren't, the commentary team said they hadn't really gotten off the plane yet, and they weren't far wrong. They didn't really show up until the second half. A line-out ball for the second try for Pearson, which was just like in your own 5 metres. You try this really long line-out move. It gets pinched by Coles, slap back, Pearson goes over. He ends up getting a hat-trick, so 14-0. Bayonne get a yellow card for a dangerous tackle for the big tight head prop. Northampton go for the corner. They knock it on, but a few minutes later, Pearson gets his second. So it's 21-0. Freeman again after another line break from a line-out move. Freeman was everywhere. 21-0. The crowd's loving every minute of it. Pretty good crowd for this one. Best moment of the first half for Bayonne is Maxime Machino, the veteran, getting an intercept from way too far out for him to go. He ends up getting run down by the Northampton defenders. He concedes a penalty. I think it's Laws who pinches it. So, the next minute Laws goes over for a try. Literally, I think it's 1 minute later. Just from the lineouts, Northampton were causing all kinds of problems. This time it's Hutchinson, I think. With the break, Mitchell with the kind of snipe, but he gets caught, but offloads to Laws. So 28-0. At least the yellow card is over. Embarrassing. I write on 31 minutes by this point. Northampton get a maul try. 5 metres out. Langdon does get it this time. So 35-0. Literally, it's faster than point a minute. It's like watching it when you used to play games on Rugby 08 on the PlayStation. Bayonne conceded another penalty, deliberate knock on. Another 5 metre, another penalty. Another penalty means go 5 metres out, tap. Alex Waller, way too easy, over. So 42-0 at half time. That is faster than a point a minute. It's not often you see scorelines like that, especially in a Champions Cup game, man. There's been 67% possession Northampton, 73% territory. Defenders beaten as 16-3, clean breaks at 6-1. Tackling percentage for Bayonne 77%. Northampton are at 92 from what little defending they've had to do. Second half is a lot more even because Bayonne actually gets some possession of territory. Pearson is very blasé about scoring a hat-trick. Usually when you score a hat-trick, it's a big deal. Pearson didn't seem to really mind. Nice hands in the build-up. Dink through 49-0. Waller gets a second one from close range. I think he said it's the first time he's had a double. So 54-0. The scoring finally at that point, at 54-0, finally slows down. Yeah, Bayonne actually managed to get some phases in Northampton's half. They got tackled into touch not long later, but on 62 minutes, it looked like they had broken the scoring when they went 16 phases and Machino kind of dived over, but there was a hand under it to stop him from getting it. Not quite sure why. I'm a bit hard on Mike Adamson, but he got there and had a real good look at it, but could see there was a hand under it and just awarded the try. I would have thought, go to the TMO and say, I've got to it, there's a hand under it. Can you confirm if there was a try or not? But he just gave it. He's really not my favourite ref, but it doesn't matter in a game like this. Holly Davison is able to kind of get the call to deny the try, and the correct decisions made in the end. But they get a try a couple of minutes later. Tom Spring, it's probably the softest Northampton defending we've seen of the game, but some good footwork from him. Lindecker, the big Uruguayan lock with the offload, so they get themselves on the board, which is pleasing. Tom James gets one from, I think, Furbank. Kick return, soft defending from Bayonne, but again, there's some tired bodies in the backfield, and those Northampton outside backs are just lethal. So 61-7, that's the final scoring for the Northampton boys. And then the final try of the game, Colin Andre gets it, another consolation from a dink through It's pretty nice, but it's just way too late. So 61-14 was kind of hard to feel too invested in that game because it was such a big scoreline. I was mainly curious to see if they would be able to maintain the point a minute. Thankfully not. For the scoreline, we don't end up with 80 points on the board. It's just the 60 instead. Second half possession is 64% to Bayonne and 62% territory. So they did have some ball in the second half. Tries still finished 9-2, so not much of a contest. Run meters 535 to 328. Defenders beaten 26-14. Clean breaks 10-5. So they even up a wee bit, but it's still very lopsided. Tackling percentage, Northampton is 91, 78 for Bayonne. They also concede more than double the penalties with 9-4. Freeman 119 metres and a try. Hutchison 72 metres. Furbank 5 defenders beaten. Pearson 5 defenders beaten. 13 tackles and 3 tries. He didn't even get man of the match. It was Freeman, so fair enough. Usually a hat-trick guy pretty much guaranteed man of the match, but not in this case. Bayonne Vanua 15 tackles. Bosch had 10 tackles. Marchino had 51 metres. Most of them that intercept, but yeah, not a heck of a whole lot to write home about for the Bayonne boys, sadly. But Northampton look in the business. We will see how far they can go in the Champions Cup. I think they're away to Munster next, injury-plagued Munster. And Bayonne are at home to Exeter. But yeah, Northampton, I think they're pretty much booked themselves through, I think, to the next round. So we'll see how they can go. You guys let us know your thoughts. Very, very emphatic win. And yeah, entertaining, if not edge of your seat stuff in terms of drama, but certainly attack-filled rugby, lots of tries. You guys take care and talk to you guys again soon. See you later.